Window Nation on the Maryland Sports Radio Network, a division of Playfly Sports. Talking Terps is brought to you by these network broadcast partners. Window Nation, the official replacement window company of the Maryland Terrapins. CQ, the official banking partner of the Maryland Terrapins. Toyota, it's time to go Toyota with legendary safety and reliability. Toyota, let's go places. The University of Maryland Medical System. For better treatments, better outcome, that's a better state of care. Learn more at umms.org/better. Lido Pizza. Lido Pizza is the official pizza of the Maryland Terrapins. Never cut corners, Terpland. Now, here's Talking Terps with the voice of the Terrapins, Johnny Holiday.
And a very pleasant good evening the day after Christmas. Happy to have you with us tonight as we talk about Maryland basketball with head coach Kevin Willard for the next hour. The Terrapins coming off that great win over Syracuse the last time out up there in Barclays Center in Brooklyn. They won it by 27, 87-60. They've got a record now of 10 wins and 2 losses. They are really rolling. And, Coach, when you look at the overall picture of the basketball team, everybody's really excited about what they've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think this team has really gelled nicely, and guys are understanding their roles and accepting their roles. I think the biggest thing is that everyone kind of knows that on any given night, we could have a different leading scorer. The other night, obviously Selton got it going late in the first half, and this team, doesn't shy away from, feeding the hot hand. Rodney's had 26 in the first half earlier in the year. Guys were looking for him. So I think that's what's really nice about this team is that they all understand that there's a lot of talented guys out there, and some nights it's going to be Jew's night, some nights it's going to be Rodney. Jacoby's been great facilitating, so I think it's a group that's really fallen nicely into their roles.
When you look at Selton McGill, 24 against St. Francis, 24 against Syracuse, he comes in and he's over 1,000-point scorer in the schools he's been with previously. A nice grab from the portal.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, we've talked about it for a ton of just, knowing that we had Derek and Jew in the front court was, making sure that we had guys that were elite catch and shoot guys. And that was something that Selton really was. He's a very good at the pick and roll, but it was more or less, all right, if we're going to throw the ball in, if we're going to have 2 big guys, we got to make sure guys are out there that can make shots. And Selton fit really nicely because he was an older guy. He'd been around. He understood what he wanted, where he, what he wanted, how he wanted to end his career. He was excited about playing with 2 big guys because he hadn't played with 2 big guys. And I think, we talked with, I think he was on the show last time.
Yeah, he was.
And just finding his way and taking time to find his rhythm.
Coach, when you look up at the defense of your team, you're giving up 60 points a game. One of the best defensive units in the country is the Maryland basketball team. But to play at this level of college basketball, you got to play defense. That's something you've always stressed. Defense is going to win you a lot of games.
Yeah, I mean, I think, defense is, you play a lot better defense when you're scoring the basketball, because you can set up your defense. Last year we were elite defensively for most of the year, and we were playing transition defense most of the time because we couldn't score. I think this year we've gotten a little bit better defensively because we're able to score the basketball and able to set up the pressure a little bit more, be able to get after it a little bit more, and a little bit more consistently. And if you look at the numbers, really, we've been really good as the game has gone down, wearing teams down and making their best players a little bit more tired. And I think that's the biggest lessons we learned from like the Marquette game, Purdue early on was, we have to do a better job of wearing down the other team's best player. And, this unit didn't really understand that to start. They understood what we're trying to do on the pressure side, and they were working really hard. But now I think they're starting to understand. I think the biggest thing is from a pressure defense of full court, but now understanding that you have to now drop back and be a really good half-court defensive team. And I think that's where I've seen the biggest uptick is that I think we're getting much better in transitioning from full-court pressure to just being a basic, just normal man-to-man team.
You got so many guys that can score. Are you surprised at all the fact that last year this team is averaging like 18 or 19 more points a game than you did at this point last year?
Well, I mean, we had freshmen last year. You look at Deshaun, playing 30 minutes. Yeah. Jamie Kaiser playing 20, almost 25 minutes. You replace those minutes with older guys, Jacoby, obviously Rodney, but Selton, and obviously Jalen Young has been has been terrific for us off the bench. So we brought in some older guys that were seasoned and experienced, and also guys that could shoot the basketball. So, and then you add a player like Derek Queen to the mix that helps Juju out tremendously. Juju's offensive numbers, from a shooting standpoint and everything are much better than they've ever been in his career. He's not scoring as many points, but he's not having to. His assist turnovers are so much better than they were last year. So I think adding a really, really talented forward like Derek helped too.
You go back to Gillespie's game against Syracuse, his first double-double with 11 assists and 17 points in that game.
Yeah, I think that's
he sets everybody up.
Yeah, what I like about Jacoby is obviously he was more of a natural scorer, more of a scorer at Belmont than I'm asking him to be. And I think it's, again, when every year, everyone's going to go through this every year. You're never going to have continuity. I don't care who you are. It's just every year you're putting a new team together. And I think what I've learned over the first 2 years of this new college basketball is that you have to be really patient. You kind of have to let your team find their identity. You have to let players kind of find their way on the court, because you're taking 3 transfers from over here. You have 2 guys coming back that know your system. You have 2 freshmen coming in that that are trying to learn college basketball. I think the biggest thing is just be patient and let them kind of go with the ups and downs. Make sure you control your schedule to make sure that you can have good growing pains. And I think we really accomplished that this year.
But the coach today, it's more than just a coach. I mean, you're spending an enormous amount of time, looking at next year's possibilities of getting guys here in the portal and making sure everybody's happy this year. And it's a tough job for you guys.
Yeah, it's changed.
I mean, I know you love coaching.
Yeah, it's changed dramatically. I mean, in 2 years, if you look at what we're doing and what we're going to start spending on, I say this as an assistant coach from Arizona got arrested and put in jail for talking about money. And now all of a sudden we're going to be spending $4 million, $5 million per year on a basketball roster. It's changed so dramatically from calls with agents. If you talk to an agent, you'd get suspended by the NCAA. Now, half my day is, talking to agents and their clients and what they want, what they're looking for. And, you're going to see, like, Jim Larinaga resigned today. I think you're going to see a lot of older guys really start. I think we're going to lose a lot of good coaches, because it's just something that, it's no longer about building a team, building a culture, building for the long term. Is you really have to be hyper focused, especially once March hits. You have to have a game plan for what you want to go, what you want to do. And that's something that I learned last year. As we were struggling last year, it was, you can't wait to try to set up your team. You have to be an NBA general manager. You have to look at where you want to do, how you want to play, who you want to bring back, who you want to pay, how much you can pay, how much you have on your salary. And at the same time, you got to be the main fundraiser and go out and raise all that money. So it has changed dramatically, and it's a different world. I love it. I'm blessed. I have no complaints. It's a totally different era of basketball than it was 2 years ago.
And the sad thing, we've lost some good coaches.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think we're gonna continue to lose a lot of good coaches, just because it's just a totally different game.
Yeah. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue with more. We're talking Maryland basketball. Maryland's head basketball coach, Kevin Willard. We're Lido's in College Park. We'll continue after these messages on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
As muscles.
Sunday.
Just gotta steam it, babe.
Time to suit up.
Like half zip, kind of quarter zip guy.
Sacrifice your lung and your skin's ability to breathe.
Does that look cheater looking?
No, it's full jag.
Easy, Chief. Let your razzle dazzle on the field, the bar, or your best friend's nuptials.
So the Buffalo Bills, guys.
No matter how hard you football, it's easy to Sunday.
Morgans won big today with Window Nation. Let's check in and hear what they have to say.
How do you feel now that you've finally replaced your old drafty windows with these beautiful custom fit windows?
We're loving the look of our new windows.
We paid way less than we thought we would.
And no more cold winter drafts or crazy summer AC bills.
Sounds like a win to me.
That wraps it up for the Morgans. Next up, your family. Hey, Washington, D.C., get your free estimate today. Plus, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. Visit GetWindowNation.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15.
A legacy is earned with generations of proven reliability, standing tall through the test of time, leading, innovating to build the best vehicles with the best value. Because the greatest memories begin with the journey.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
As muscles tense and hearts pound, as bodies are pushed to the extreme, there's a health system here to help everyone stay in the game. University of Maryland Medical System. For pro athletes and devoted amateurs. For those on the sidelines and those making a comeback. We have more experts and more innovation so you can experience every moment. That's a better state of care. University of Maryland Medical System.
Window Nation is on the Morgans' home turf to huddle up about replacing their drafty old windows.
This free estimate is showing how easy it is to tackle the problem.
We can get any of these windows custom made.
Yes, you can get the quality and style you really want.
And at a more affordable price than they ever imagined.
Now that they've sealed the deal, they'll be saving money year-round.
We're really confident with Window Nation.
Hey, Washington, D.C., get your free estimate today. Plus, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. Visit GetWindowNation.com.
You're listening to Maryland Sports on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Nice move, and he hits the shot off the glass with the left hand.
Do that again.
We're talking Terps. Once again, Johnny Holiday.
How about grabbing some Testudo Premium Lager? That's the official craft beer of the Maryland Terrapins by Union Craft Brewing Company. Window Nation is going to help you beat the cold weather this winter. They offer 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy. Plus, you get a house of windows for as low as $2 a day. 866-690-NATION or visit windownation.com. The Terrapins are 10-2, heading for the floor against Maryland Eastern Shore on Saturday. That'll be a noon tip-off. The Hawks come down suffering a loss there last time out. They're only 4-11, and the Terps have won all 18 previous meetings with the Maryland Eastern Shore. Coach, when you look at the three-point shooting, I was doing looking at some of the numbers today. Syracuse should go 12 of 27, 44%, third best on the year. The last 3 games, 33 of 70 beyond the arc, 47%.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's guys just finding their roles. I think, Selton's a big part of that. Selton's really shooting the basketball. If you look at the Syracuse game, we were up 40. And Rodney missed like 5 wide open threes, which Rodney doesn't miss wide open threes. And we could have stretched that to, 45 or 50 if he had made those shots. So, this is a team, that, we want to shoot about 25 3-pointers a game because the more threes we shoot, the more it's harder to double Derek, harder to double Jew, harder to clog up the lanes. It opens up the lanes for Jacoby. Jacoby's an elite shooter. I'm looking to get him 3 or 4 more threes per game. And it's one of those things that, he hasn't played as many minutes, but it's, that starting lineup, Rodney, Selt, and Jacoby, those are 3 elite shooters. So, those guys are going to take most of your shots. You come off the bench. Jalen's a very good catch and shoot shooter. Tafar can shoot the basketball. Malachi can shoot the basketball. Again, that was the main thing that I was not going to go through anything that I had gone through the year before, where we created a lot of good shots. We were in every game, and we just were never able to make that shot to really get on a run. And that was kind of, if you go back and we lost, I think 7 games by 3 points or less last year, there were so many times where we could have been up 5 at home, hit a 3, get in the press, then up 8, get the crowd into it where we'd miss, we get in transition. And, it was just like you sit there and you bang your head. You're like, I could have done the same thing, but I was not going to do that again.
Yeah. When you look at your schedule, we played already in Newark at the Prudential Center.
Beautiful Newark.
Beautiful downtown Newark, that you own that particular market. And then we go to Barclays Center in Brooklyn. A lot of Maryland alumni in both of those areas, and both of those games wins for Terps.
Yeah, I mean, the Syracuse game, that was a great crowd all around. I think they had almost 11,000 people at the Barclays for a neutral site game at that time of year.
It's pretty good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And so, next year we have Georgetown coming to Xfinity. We're at Marquette. We're at Virginia. And then we're probably looking to do 2 more neutral site games somewhere back up in the New York area. Just trying to find the right opponents. You want to make sure it's a good game for the crowd to come out and get. But we have a great alumni base up there. We have a strong student base that comes from New York, New Jersey area. So that, we got a lot of students at the game, which was great. And I think it also balances out the fact that I'm now starting to learn, having all these games in November, December has been great for the team. It's not ideal for the fan base just because of traffic and how tough it is, I think, for people to get the game. So trying to balance out our home schedule a little bit, maybe not having so many home games early on, trying to balance it out. The hardest thing about it is, and all the Big Ten coaches agree, is you really have to be careful who you play going into the Big Ten, the 2 December Big Ten games, and how you come out of those December games. My first year we played Illinois and at Wisconsin, and then we came back and we played Tennessee neutral, and then we played UCLA, and we played all 3, beat Illinois, lost a heartbreaker at Wisconsin, went to Tennessee, lost at the neutral Tennessee, lost at the buzzer, and then came back at UCLA, and UCLA just pounded us. I think they beat us by 100. But I remember sitting there thinking, like, we were dead coming out of those 2 Big Ten games because you put so much put so much energy on those 2 Big Ten games. And the fans hate it because, you schedule around the Big Ten games a little bit softer, but you're a little bit softer, so you're going into the Big Ten fresh and ready to play. And then when you come out of the Big Ten game, you need a little bit of a buffer because, as coaches, we put so much emphasis on those 2 games. So as a fan, you're getting 2 high major games in early December. They don't look at it that way just because it's conference games. Sure. But as coaches, you're sitting there looking at it as, we played Ohio State, we just beat North Carolina or somebody, and then, at Purdue. And it's like, you have to go 1-on-1 in early December where Window Nation's not going to be happy.
We'll be talking Terps with Maryland basketball. Former head coach and Hall of Fame coach Gary Williams will be with us for our next show. That'll be coming up on January the 3rd. Food Lion's the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. For every free throw the Terrapins make this year, Food Lion Feeds will donate 100 meals to the local food banks in College Park. While the coach scarfs down his pizza, we'll take a break and come back, continue with more from Lido's in College Park on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Mighty Meals. I'm healthy, convenient, and won't break the bank. But my best quality is I'm delicious. And unlike those other meal prep services, hey, what the? I'm made with locally sourced ingredients and prepared by real chefs. How else do you think I'm able to look this good? Just visit my website. I've got over 100 delicious options to choose from. Select your favorites and I get made just for you. Then my driver picks me up and brings me right to your door. But don't get me wrong, I'm not high maintenance. Just throw me in the microwave for 2 minutes and voila, I'm ready to be enjoyed. If you're looking for a fresh and delicious start, I'm your match.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Hey, I'm Mighty Meals. I'm healthy, convenient, and won't break the bank. But my best quality is I'm delicious. And unlike those other meal prep services, I'm made with locally sourced ingredients and prepared by real chefs. How else do you think I'm able to look this good? Just visit my website. I've got over 100 delicious options to choose from. Select your favorites and I get made just for you. Then my driver picks me up and brings me right to your door. But don't get me wrong, I'm not high maintenance. Just throw me in the microwave for 2 minutes and voila, I'm ready to be enjoyed. If you're looking for a fresh and delicious start, I'm your match.
As muscles tense and hearts pound, as bodies are pushed to the extreme, there's a health system here to help everyone stay in the game. University of Maryland Medical System, for pro athletes and devoted amateurs, for those on the sidelines and those making a comeback. We have more experts and more innovation so you can experience every moment. That's a better state of care. University of Maryland Medical System.
Maryland Sports Radio Network.
The triple, and he gets it.
We're talking Terps once again. Johnny Holiday.
Well, the University of Maryland Medical Systems, the official medical team of the Terrapins, you and your family can expect the same level of exceptional care that the athletes receive. You can learn more at umms.org/better. University of Maryland Medical System, Maryland's healthcare champion. Our player guest tonight, and happy to have him with us in his first year in Maryland. A guy that chose to come to College Park, Coach, after being recruited by Florida State and Oklahoma State and Seton Hall and West Virginia. No, none of those schools appealed to him. Came to Maryland.
Yeah, Malachi was, it's unfortunate because obviously everyone talks about Derek. But for us, Malachi was a huge piece of this recruiting class because if you look at the long-term growth of a player like he was, I think he's going to be one of the best players in the country in the next coming years. He just has an amazing work ethic. He's a tremendous young man, comes from a great family. He was, when you watched him, he kind of had an okay AAU season, his going into his senior year, I think, which hurt him a little bit, which, we had seen him play so much that we knew how special of a player he was. And he was really someone that, we thought coming in, was going to play some as a freshman like he's doing now. But man, I think you're going to see us. I think you're seeing a young superstar button.
Malachi, you come from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when did you come to Mount Zion?
I came to Mount Zion my junior year.
Junior year? Okay.
Yes.
When did you start having your eyes on coming to Maryland?
Probably around like my junior year, being at Mount Zion. The coaches were coming to our practices and games and stuff like that all the time. So I definitely started enjoying coming to Maryland games and enjoying the atmosphere.
And staying local here too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think the good thing is, he's only a couple hours away from home, which is really good. And again, I think, the way we play and the way he plays, he has some of that, what I love. He has unbelievable toughness. He's going to be, and again, kids hate when I say this, he's going to be an elite defender. Like he's going to be someone who makes a lot of money at the next level because he can defend at such a high level, and he takes a lot of pride in it. He loves jacking up shots. He's not afraid to go in and jack them up, right? No, he's not afraid. But I think the fun thing about what I love about Malachi is, I know that I can put him out there and he's going to play extremely hard. He's got great toughness. He's not scared, and I think he's going to be an elite defender.
10 points in the game against Canisius.
Yes.
8 rebounds in that game against Canisius as well. Yeah. So as Coach mentioned, we know you can score. Was the defense something you had to focus on a little bit more?
Defense was definitely something that I came in knowing I wanted to put an emphasis on. Growing up playing basketball, always being like one of the main guys on the team, defense wasn't something that I specifically put my focus and emphasis on. But coming in, knowing that I'm in a new environment with a bunch of other guys who are really good, I knew that defense would be something that I would have to do to make me stand up.
And you're part of a defense that's allowing opponents to only score 60 points.
Yes.
That's all. I mean, you guys are really getting it done defensively.
Yes, we are. I think Coach puts in great game plans, and I just come in and try to do my part to help.
That's a great way to get more minutes right there. he is. I told you, he's smart. He's hardworking. He knows how to play the game.
Majoring in public relations. What's been the biggest surprise to you, if it has been a surprise, coming from last year to this year and blending in with a whole bunch of new teammates?
I think the biggest difference would probably just be the speed of the game. That would probably be the main difference. The physical side, it wasn't that big of a transition for me because like I'm pretty strong, I feel like. But coming in the speed of the game, just trying to learn defense, off-ball defense, help side, stuff like that. Be the biggest transition for me.
Yeah, and I think that was the thing when he came in this summer. I don't think anybody worked harder this summer than Malachi, and I think he understood with a guy like Julian, Selton, Jacoby, some older guys, that the way to get on the court was going to be on the defensive side. And to his credit, most freshmen, we're a little complicated sometimes defensively, correct?
Yes.
Yep. And now you're going right back to the bench. And it's to his credit. I mean, Malachi, I never worry about Malachi. I know he's going to bring a great attitude. I know he's going to get it. If he makes a mistake, he's in there watching film with Coach Manning every day. We're really lucky to have him. I'm super excited about not only how he's playing right now, but I just know what we're going to have for the next couple of years is going to be special.
The AAU teams you played for, that prepares you too for a tougher, different level.
Yes, definitely. I played with Team Thrill from Baltimore. I played with Derek for a couple of years.
Team Mello too, right?
Yes, and then I played with Team Mello my 17th year. So AAU, I feel like just playing against elite level competition, guys who are also going to be playing D1, I feel like that helps me get prepared as well.
Yeah. The game up against Syracuse at Barclays Center, it seemed to me it was a pro-Maryland crowd, Coach, that particular night. We had more fans up there, judging by the response you guys got. A big stage to play on.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely an amazing experience being on the NBA court in the NBA arena. It was a dream come true, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we got to practice at the Nets practice facility, which did you think was pretty cool?
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, so I mean, it was for these guys, they watch the NBA, they want to get to the NBA. I think sometimes to go out there to see the big boy line, how much 2.5 feet makes a difference on your jump shot. Is kind of a good barometer for these guys.
Let me ask you a couple of questions here away from basketball, okay?
Okay.
Something fans would be surprised to hear about you they may not know about Malachi Palmer.
I like making music.
Oh.
I like doing puzzles in my free time, doing stuff like that.
Who's your favorite artist?
NBA Youngboy.
It's not Waka Flocka?
No, that's not my favorite artist.
Who the heck is Waka Flocka?
I knew you'd say that.
I thought you were asking like his favorite painter or something. I was like, if he answers this one,
who's the best rusher among your teammates?
I'd probably say like Selton or Tafara.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like they take pride in.
What's one food you would never put on your plate?
Ooh, pickles.
Pickles. Okay.
I hate pickles.
Outside of your teammates and your family, who are some of your best friends that you hang around with?
I'd say your Mount Zion guys.
Yeah, I say my Mount Zion teammates. Yeah, my girlfriend.
Okay. Is there a person? Is there a
good answer
girlfriend? That's a good political answer too. Yeah,
you were about ready to get.
You got to work her in there too.
X'd out.
Who helped you get where you are today as a member of this Maryland basketball team?
I say God first. First off, I feel like he was a major part in everything that I've been able to accomplish. I can't do anything without him. And also, like my parents, my mom and dad, they kept me motivated, kept me focused, out of trouble. So I probably say them, and then my friends and family also.
Good, buddy. It's great to have you in the show tonight.
Yes.
Good luck against Maryland Eastern Shore on Saturday. Play some defense.
I got you. Thank you for having me.
But I guarantee he jacks up a shot the first time he gets in there.
Malachi Palmer, thank you, buddy. All the best.
Okay.
We'll be back with more in just a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Better than
A legacy is earned. With generations of proven reliability, standing tall through the test of time, leading, innovating to build the best vehicles with the best value. Because the greatest memories begin with the journey.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The Morgans won big today with Window Nation. Let's check in and hear what they have to say.
How do you feel now that you've finally replaced your old drafty windows with these beautiful custom fit windows?
We're loving the look of our new windows.
We paid way less than we thought we would.
And no more cold winter drafts or crazy summer AC bills.
Sounds like a win to me.
That wraps it up for the Morgans. Next up, your family. Hey, Washington, D.C., get your free estimate today. Plus, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. Visit Get.
Sunday.
Just gotta steam it, babe.
Time to suit up.
It's like half zipped, kind of quarter zip guy.
Sacrifice your lung and your skin's ability to breathe.
Does that look cheater looking? No, it's full jag.
Easy, Chief. Let your razzle-dazzle on the field, the bar, or your best friend's nuptials.
So the Buffalo Bills, guys.
No matter how hard you football, it's easy to Sunday.
As muscles tense and hearts pound, as bodies are pushed to the extreme, there's a health system here to help everyone stay in the game. University of Maryland Medical System, for pro athletes and devoted amateurs, for those on the sidelines and those making a comeback. We have more experts and more innovation so you can experience every moment. That's a better state of care. University of Maryland Medical System.
Window Nation is on the Morgans' home turf to huddle up about replacing their drafty old windows.
This free estimate is showing how easy it is to tackle the problem.
We can get any of these windows custom made.
Yes, you can get the quality and style you really want.
And at a more affordable price than they ever imagined.
Now that they've sealed the deal, they'll be saving money year-round.
We're really confident with Window Nation.
Hey, Washington, D.C., get your free estimate today. Plus, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. Visit GetWindowNation.com.
To Maryland Sports on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Fires the 3. He got it!
You're listening to Talking Terps. Once again, here's Johnny Holiday.
University of Maryland Medical System, for better treatments, better outcomes. That's a better state of care. Learn more at umms.org/better. A member of the 2002 National Championship team is on the telephone now with us from his home out in Denver, Colorado, where he is the scouting director for the Denver Nuggets in the NBA. Had a tough loss last night. They'll play Cleveland tomorrow, and I speak of our buddy Drew Nicholas. Drew, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? How you doing, Mr. Holiday?
Still calls me Mr. Holiday, Kevin, after all these years.
Drew, you can call him old man. He's getting used to it.
Johnny Holiday with the kid coach right here. Happy to have you with us tonight. Coach, when he played in Maryland, this guy is a perfect prototype of the guy you would have loved to coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think the bigger thing is, and Drew is, I think, the prototype of what you want every former player, how to represent your university.
Exactly.
I think Drew has done, he's on his way to becoming a big-time NBA GM. But I think the pride he has for Maryland, the way he represents the University of Maryland everywhere he goes and talks about it, it's been great to get to know Drew, but it's also been great to see kind of like, where his career is going to go. And it's really neat.
Hey, Drew, when you were playing at Maryland, when you came in 1999, you went out in 2003. Did you envision where you would be today back in those days?
Absolutely not. I think one of the things, when you first step on campus at the University of Maryland, especially for a guy like me, I was just trying to take things day by day, trying to continue to get better, playing behind guys like Juan Dixon and Steve Blake. I mean, it's only natural that you're going to get better playing behind those guys. But, I've always just kind of carried the motto, one day, one step forward. And you just kind of see like where things end up. And, I'm just very thankful to still be a part of the game and still be able to represent the university in the best way possible. And anytime you get a chance to stay attached to something that you love, it's really special.
Yeah, number 36 all-time in scoring at the University of Maryland. Drew Nicholas scored 1,221 points for the Terps.
Yeah, it's why they won a championship.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
You got some really good players.
That's correct. 39% from three, shot 45% field goal percentage, and at the free throw line, you hardly missed. Number 15 all-time, just under 80%. Pretty darn good. 85% your senior year.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that the one thing that I probably could do was shoot the basketball a little bit. When I came into Maryland, that's what, I was kind of known for. But playing under a coach like Coach Williams, I was able to expand and develop my game, playing some point guard behind Steve as well as, improving defensively. It just helped me turn out to be a more well-rounded player. So then when I took my career overseas, I was able to do a number of different things.
And Coach, you're familiar with the school he came from, Long Island Lutheran?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good program.
Yeah, great program. And I think, Drew, for me, it's wondering, where you're at now with your career and doing the scouting is, where do you eventually want to end up? Do you want to get up on the coaching side? Do you want to stay on, the general manager, kind of go towards that route?
I think probably at this point in my career, I've been on the front office side for almost the last decade now, and I really enjoy it. I don't know how you're doing on a day-to-day basis, Coach, especially in today's environment. Things are obviously changing on a daily basis with the transfer portal, NIL, et cetera, et cetera. But, I think it's just a great testament to you in regards, and a lot of other college coaches around the country in their ability to essentially start over year to year. It was a lot different when I played in college. Guys stuck around for 3 or 4 years, so coaches had the ability to find some continuity and things like that. But, as it's a lot different landscape now.
You're just talking about that a few minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and Drew and I talked about this summer. It's kind of, I think the hardest thing, the biggest difference between the NBA and college now is the fact that, you could sign a guy in the NBA for a 7-year contract. And you can kind of build around that guy and place a guy. Or if you sign a guy for 5 years and you don't like him after 2, you can trade him. In college, it's really a 6-month rental. And Drew gave me some great insights and this summer, just talking about player evaluation, putting guys together. I think he's just got such a great mind for the game. You could tell why he's such a great player, because he's already, you could see he's just going to be he's going to be a very high up in the NBA sometime soon.
Hey, Drew, as being part of the national championship team, we know the fact that you had great players, okay? You had Blake, and you had Dixon, you had Baxter, you had Mouton, you had Wilcox, all these guys. Taj was on that team. What else besides the fact that you had one of the best teams in the country, what made you guys so good?
It's a great question. I think one of the things was, especially as you talk about our national championship year, we had extra motivation and an extra chip based off of what happened the last year when we made it to the Final Four and we were up 22 on Duke in the first half, and then we ended up losing. Yeah. Fast forward another year, then all of a sudden we have basically our whole roster back, and everybody was just hungry just to get back and just to get there. And I think that's a huge thing, especially in today's game. If guys aren't motivated, if guys aren't willing to put in the extra effort in order to get better every single day, then a lot of times you end up falling short. And I think that's what we had.
Yeah. And Drew, I'm going to save Johnny here from having a very angry, old, grumpy coach come on. I would say having a Hall of Fame coach kind of helped you guys a little bit too, correct?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. Johnny's Coach Williams is actually hosting this show, I think, next. And I know he's listening right now. Coach Williams, I know you were the reason that they were great. So does Drew. Johnny obviously doesn't think you were very good. So just remember that as we move forward. Drew and I are on your side, Coach Williams.
Hey, Gary, we'll have our say next week, okay? But I remember you guys, before we take a break, and we'll come back with more of a draw, I remember you guys saying collectively as a group after you lost that game to Duke, we're going to win this thing next year. We're not going to be in the same situation. And you focused on doing that, and you did it.
Yeah, 1,000%. I remember, like our summer shirts that we had on, I can't remember the phrase, but it just talked about essentially getting back to that moment and making sure that we do everything possible in order to get over the hump. And that's what we wanted to do. And obviously it was Maryland's first national championship, so that made it even more special. But just a really special time, between the players, coach, the fan base at that time. Everything was in sync, and just really happy to be a part of history.
We're going to continue with Drew Nicholas in just a moment after we take time out for a couple of breaks. Time to go Toyota, legendary safety and reliability. Toyota, let's go places. We'll have a memory you may remember from that game against UNC Wilmington. We'll be come back in just a minute on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
As muscles.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Window Nation is on the Morgan's home turf to huddle up about replacing their drafty old windows.
This free estimate is showing how easy it is to tackle the problem.
We can get any of these windows custom made.
Yes, you can get the quality and style you really want.
And at a more affordable price than they ever imagined.
Now that they've sealed the deal, they'll be saving money year-round.
We're really confident with Window Nation.
Hey, Washington, D.C., get your free estimate today. Plus, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. Visit GetWindowNation.com.
Sunday.
Just gotta steam it, babe.
Time to suit up.
Like half zip, kind of quarter zip guy.
Sacrifice your lawn and your skin's ability to breathe.
Does that look cheetah looking? No, it's full jag.
Easy, Chief. Let your razzle-dazzle on the field, the barn, or your best friend's nuptials.
So the Buffalo Bills, guys.
No matter how hard you football, it's easy to Sunday.
As muscles tense and hearts pound, as bodies are pushed to the extreme, there's a health system here to help everyone stay in the game. University of Maryland Medical System, for pro athletes and devoted amateurs, for those on the sidelines and those making a comeback. We have more experts and more innovation so you can experience every moment. That's a better state of care. University of Maryland Medical System.
A legacy is earned with generations of proven reliability, standing tall through the test of time, leading, innovating to build the best vehicles with the best value. Because the greatest memories begin with the journey.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sports Radio Network.
And the one-handed slam.
We're talking Terps. Once again, Johnny Holiday.
SeatGeek is now the official ticket marketplace for Maryland Terrapins. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. Let's take you back. Drew Nicholas is on the phone with us from his home out in Denver, Colorado. Let's take you back to your senior year when we were playing in the NCAA tournament in Nashville, the regionals, the South Regionals, a game against UNC Wilmington. The time is winding down. It's your shot to win it or lose it.
The Terrapins have one last shot at winning this game. Holden to inbound. The tournament on the line right now. Holden inbounds to Nicholas. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. He's across midcourt. 2 seconds, 1 second. Throws it up.
Money!
And he got it! And the Terrapins win on the shot by Nicholas at the buzzer! Oh!
75-73. That advances Maryland to the next game against Xavier, 77-64. And then, Drew, take us back. Take us through that procedure of you taking the last shot.
Well, it's funny because I remember when Coach Williams was drawing up something in the timeout, and initially, the play was originally designed to go to Steve Blake. And just to give you a little bit of context, I had hit a game winner a couple of weeks prior against NC State. And, when we were walking out of the timeout, I told Taj Holden, I said, Taj, if for whatever reason Steve's not open, I'm coming back to get it. I came back and got it. I only had about 5 seconds to go to the length of the floor. And I'm not as quick as Tyus Edney. I couldn't get all the way to the basket, but, thankfully the basketball gods were with me, and I threw up a prayer and it got answered.
Do you remember the game against Michigan State? What happened the final seconds?
I definitely do. Yeah. I mean, Steve had about as good of a look as possible. It was basically kind of the same situation. We had to go the length of the floor in about 5 seconds or so. And I actually remember coming out of the timeout, and I'm standing right at half court because we kind of drew up something very similar. And Izzo had decided to, my guy was behind me, and then the guy who was guarding the inbounder was actually face guarding me. And Izzo kind of gave me this look like, there's no way you're getting this ball. Steve got it. And obviously, he had a great look to just hit off the back of the iron. But no, those were great times.
Oh my goodness. Well, you left. How about playing overseas? You had a marvelous career overseas.
Yeah.
Favorite place?
Favorite place to play for sure was Athens, Greece. And I think a large part of that was, again, winning 2 EuroLeague championships there and playing for a legendary coach over in Europe. His name's Jelko Obradovic. I mean, if he was over here coaching in the NBA or at the college level, he would be among one of the greats. He's won so many European titles, and getting a chance to play with so many really good guys that, either played in the pros or, for whatever reason, they just decided not to come over, but definitely had the talent and the ability to do so.
Yeah. Playing overseas, do you find it amazing now how much the European influence has hit the NBA?
Honestly, Coach, I'm not surprised, just because, once I got over there and once I started playing at the highest levels, in my opinion, I always felt like that the way that the game was played over there was the correct way to play. And we've seen it time and time again as we watch the Olympics, even though, every year, the American team is probably the most talented, but then all of a sudden they're in dogfights just because, the way that the game is played, the ball is moving, the ball is popping all over the court, as well as everybody can dribble, pass, and shoot. I just love that the way that the game is played over there.
Now, how about one of my favorite kids of all time that is playing for you guys? It would be my main man, Jameer. How's he doing?
Oh, Jameer's doing great, man. I mean, he's having a heck of a year down in the G League. I believe he was just named
All-Star today.
An All-Star for the showcase, and he's continuing to get better, and he was one of those guys I always felt. It's funny, and I remember talking to you about it. The thing that impressed me the most about Jameer, once he started, going through the draft process and everything else, was his ability to actually defend. Mm-hmm. Now, I know, he had to take on a large piece of the scoring role at Maryland, and he probably had to take his foot off the gas. But, once he started getting up to the pro level, the one thing he did was he really picked up 94 feet and he guarded.
Oh, yeah, he definitely took the foot off the gas on the defensive end.
Drew, thank you for being with us, buddy. It's always great to have you in the show. Always great to catch up with you. Look forward to seeing you when you come back and take in one of our games.
Drew, you're the best, man. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, for sure. Good. Best of luck, guys.
Thank you. Drew Nicholas with us. Final words from Coach Willard when we come back on the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
Hey, I'm Mighty Meals. I'm healthy, convenient, and won't break the bank. But my best quality is I'm delicious. And unlike those other meal prep services, I'm made with locally sourced ingredients and prepared by real chefs. How else do you think I'm able to look this good? Just visit my website. I've got over 100 delicious options to choose from. Select your favorites and I get made just for you. Then my driver picks me up and brings me right to your door. But don't get me wrong, I'm not high maintenance. Just throw me in the microwave for 2 minutes and voila, I'm ready to be enjoyed. If you're looking for a fresh and delicious start, I'm your match.
A legacy is earned with generations of proven reliability, standing tall through the test of time, leading, innovating to build the best vehicles with the best value. Because the greatest memories begin with the journey.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15.
As muscles tense and hearts pound, as bodies are pushed to the extreme, there's a health system here to help everyone stay in the game. University of Maryland Medical System, for pro athletes and devoted amateurs, for those on the sidelines and those making a comeback. We have more experts and more innovation so you can experience every moment. That's a better state of care. University of Maryland Medical System.
Hey, I'm Mighty Meals. I'm healthy, convenient, and won't break the bank. But my best quality is, I'm delicious. And unlike those other meal prep services, I'm made with locally sourced ingredients and prepared by real chefs. How else do you think I'm able to look this good? Just visit my website. I've got over 100 delicious options to choose from. Select your favorites and I get made just for you. Then my driver picks me up and brings me right to your door. But don't get me wrong, I'm not high maintenance. Just throw me in the microwave for 2 minutes and voila, I'm ready to be enjoyed. If you're looking for a fresh and delicious start, I'm your match.
On the Maryland Sports Radio Network.
So stop at midcourt. And he got it.
We're talking Terps. Once again, Johnny Holiday.
Coach, as we look ahead, the Terrapins hit the road on New Year's Eve, flying out to Washington for a game on Thursday, January 2nd, then Oregon, January 5th, and they come back against number 22 UCLA on Friday the 10th.
Yeah, I mean, it's on. I think that our road schedule is ranked the toughest in the Big Ten if you look at all the places we're going. So we have a great challenge ahead of us, which is great. I'm going to play in some great environments. A couple big swing trips, this one obviously, and then you have Indiana, Illinois, or Illinois, Indiana as a swing trip. So I think being able to go out west and play these great teams, I think is exciting. I think it's awesome, and we're looking forward to it.
And we get them coming here next year, right? Most of them.
Yeah, I think so. I think
USC comes here.
I think US. I mean, we have UCLA and USC, and then next year, pretty sure we go to USC and UCLA the year after that. So again, you're getting unique trips. It's great for the kids. You're talking about college basketball, Maryland, and Los Angeles, Washington, Seattle. So really cool.
Saturday against Maryland Eastern Shore, we tip it off at noon. We'll be broadcasting that game. Chris Nockey, myself, and Walt Williams beginning 11:30. And happy holidays to you, Coach.
Yep,
and
happy holidays. Great to see everybody. Thanks for everybody coming out.
Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Very nice of you. And our next radio show here at Lido's will be coming up on January the 7th with Hall of Fame Coach Gary Williams alongside. Thanks to Malachi Palmer for being with us tonight. Thanks for Drew Nicholas for joining us, and for head coach Kevin Willard. I'm Johnny Holiday. Alex Campone's been up there, Turtle Network Control in Baltimore. Tom Marquito alongside. We'll talk to you Saturday from McFennerty Center, and good night from Lido's.